Rightio. G'day comrade subscribers. We've dumped the ROMs. Let's see if we can get this thing back together. So I've combined them all both onto 16K ROMs. Maybe it's easier rather than having to switch to enable pins. You just need to switch the A13 pin either high or low to select a bank. You don't need to worry about the enable. I'm assuming the enable is connected as per normal. So, but we'll see. So I might, I'll have to pull up the A13 pin, but I think that might be a little bit neater. I obviously need to replace this broken switch as well. So, but I think it might be a bit easier. So the A13 pin, I'll need to connect between the two chips and then off to the switch here. But I just need, rather than a single pole double throw, I'll just need a single pole, single throw. Either it's high or it's low. That's it. So I will try and do that and see if that works. I obviously need to get everything back in as well, the FDI and the Z-80 card. Let's see. Yes, of course, I still need single pole double throw, but I'll just need, I won't need two pull-up resistors. So A13 to the middle, 5 volts via a pull-up resistor on one side and ground on the other. So yeah, so I basically won't need a pull-up on either side. I'll just have A13 in the middle, ground on one side, and pull-up resistor. And then it's just one wire instead of two going to the chips. I think that's how it's going to work. That should be how it's work. So I've got two wires, one to ground, one to 5 volts, and then I've got one left over for the A13 address line. So I think I'll just chop that off. I think that'll be quicker than trying to desolder the broken switch. Okay. Let's see if it works. Alrighty, I think I've got it done. So I've got my two ROMs now hooked up. And I've got my new switch all hooked up as well. Let's give it a try. Get everything back together. Okay, I think we're ready to, moment of truth as they say. See if it works. Okay, let's start recording. And power on at the mains. Power on at the computer. Did I plug everything in? Ah, if I plugged the video in, wouldn't it? Okay, ROM E10. Well, it's doing something. I think that's what Adrian said. He was getting that, ROM E10. Maybe that's an error. Okay, let's power off. Flick it the other way. Okay, self-test. All right, it's doing something. Of course, I can't do anything because I don't have a keyboard. All right, so which one's that? That is... So I've got the switch to the right, which I think... Oh, it is actually doing something. Oh, it's playing audio. Okay, well, it's doing something. Color self-test, press return. I can't press return. All right, so it's happy with, okay, it's happy with the ROMs that it can see, but it's not happy when I've got it switched the other way. Press return. Well, I wish I could. That's the next issue. So if I power it off again, so that's, like I said, I think that's the upper ROM. That's number 1. Or is it? No, that's the original ROMs, I think. Let's just stop that. So I'm pretty sure that's the bottom ROMs that was just running, not the top ROM. So if we power it off again, let me just start a new capture. Okay, power it off. Okay, power switch. So that's A13 is now low. And then we get that ROM E10. Whatever that means. So Adrian thought maybe the ROMs were corrupt. But I thought maybe, well, if you've got 6502 and then you've also got Z80, you'd need obviously different code. At least the image is looking okay now, once it's settled down. But yeah, no keyboard and no disk drive. So that's the next thing. Oops, sorry, I left the microphone down there. So that's the next thing I need to do is figure out the keyboard interface. So talking to Matthew on Patreon and also what Adrian's been saying on Telegram. So the idea is maybe PS2 keyboard. So it's an IBM looking keyboard with Apple II like serial bus protocol. So maybe I can get away with doing an Arduino, and if there's existing code, I can get it to work. Okay, that's about it. That's all I wanted. Well, that's all I can show really. Thanks for sticking around. Bye for now.